Hi.
Hello. Are you ready to have a very intensely stressful time?
Oh, sorry, I must be in the wrong stream. I came here to have a chill time and learn some JavaScript.
Do you know what? Because we had. Wait. Hang on. What are we doing first? Who are we? What's the deal? And then we can coo and ooh and ah over how lovely Stuart was last week.
He really was. What I want to ask a little favor before we do some like housekeeping stuff. Can I ask some of the learners because I missed a lesson last week? Could y'all catch me up on what we missed? Oh, what I missed. Sorry. Please. In the meantime, welcome. Yeah, if you're tuning in for the first time, Jess and I have been running these couple of free boot camps. We're currently running a free JavaScript boot camp. What if we want to see what's going on, what the schedule is? Check out this link here that I'm posting into the chat. That's badwebsite.club. There you'll find the schedule for the JavaScript bootcamp, as well as a Google Calendar, as well as
I like
link
how
to
it says 2024. This kind of suggests that we're probably doing this again next year.
yes,
I
yes, it
mean,
does.
oh, that was much more complete than it was in my heart. You were like, yes, the first.
Absolutely.
All right.
If you want to join us on Discord, ask any questions you have, go to this link here, discord.gg/that
Bunch of letters.
bunch of letters. If you're catching up and you're like, oh, I wish this had been recorded, good news. If you go to youtube.com/@badwebsiteclub, you will find all of the recordings. I'm also trying my best to keep up with keeping a playlist of this, so they'll be added at a regular basis.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah. Oh, please. Folks
oh,
are
just
reminding us what we did, and I love the different variants and like how we've answered this.
fantastic. So just one more thing, like by attending this bootcamp, you're agreeing to abide by our code of conduct, bit.ly/BWC-COC. If you see anything out of sorts, please let us know. Ultimately, we're just trying to create a safe and positive environment to learn in. That's me. What did I miss?
So Mehmet makes a really solid point here, and I love it because this is the most technically correct answer possible, which is like up to
Not
step
wrong.
110. Absolutely durably not wrong. Um, but Mr. Gruber gives us a little bit more to say, hey, look, we continue to build on functions, and we talked about this if else logic, like if condition, do the
Hmm,
thing.
cool.
Else, do the thing. And I think what we're probably likely to get at some point is because we learned if and then else. I think we'll probably get like a middle stepper in there. Like I think there's
Yeah.
another JavaScript way to be like if this thing, or maybe like we could switch between conditions.
Oh, I think you're assuming very correctly, Jess.
Uh,
Okay, so we're starting from step 110 today. The
if
homework
we
was
did
to
our
catch up.
homework, which I'm going to do another time because we can actually do our homework whenever we want. There's no deadlines. Oh gosh,
Very
y'all
good.
learned if else already, didn't we? I no, we learned if else already. I think there's another thing in the middle that's like more complicated than if else. It does the same thing, but different, but better. So let's look at what y'all did as homework. And we've got a function, fight slime. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Congratulations, Cesium. Doing exciting things out in the world. So if so here's the function fight slime. Fighting equals 0. Go fight. Okay, so I think what this function does is you call it to fight the slime. I'm guessing by the human readable name.
Right.
Maybe. We're just assuming.
So this fighting here is the index of the monster. Is that correct?
I don't know.
Can we take a look up top, please? See where
Yeah.
our variables were defined? Because we have, yeah, current weapon equals 0, let fighting. And I think
Oh,
because do we have an array of monsters? Can we scroll down?
I don't know if we've got monster
Oh, there
name.
it is.
Oh,
Line 25.
yep.
Slime is at
Okay.
index 0. Fanged Beast is at number 1. And Dragon is at number 2.
Oh, and like I love the ability to cheat in JavaScript because being able to see the amount of health here is quite useful.
Yeah, because we can make this real easy or real hard.
I'm gonna come all the
So,
way down.
yeah, so
So
what we're going to do now is set up to fight the beast and then the dragon.
okay, so here look. Following the same pattern. You absolutely know what I'm gonna do where it says following the same pattern, right?
You bet. You're gonna set those
I
indices.
I'm gonna copy this,
So we're
and we're
not
gonna
gonna be
fight.
fighting the slime, but the beast, so that's at index 1.
Yeah, and
And then the
then
dragon, we're gonna remove that console log and replace it with fighting equals 2, because the dragon is at index 2.
which is number 3. And we talked about it with Stuart as in, like, ground floor, 1, 2 like you get in a lot of European countries when you
Pat,
get a
pat.
lot whereas, like, American style is very weird to me, be like, "I'm gonna start counting from 0." But like, "No," and everyone in the chat agreed that ground floor as a s as floor 0 was very weird. They were
Really?
universally no. Everybody was like, "Yeah, no, this makes sense."
Cool. So now we're gonna create a function. So we need the keyword function, Jess.
Keyword function. I was just testing you.
You're good. That looks perfect. Usually now what you've done is perfectly fine, but usually you want to put the brackets, the smooth brackets without a space. Yeah, thank you for. And then I like to put my space after the smooth brackets. This
Uh,
is the code is not wrong, but it just looks a little bit like this is the function.
I love how you're like, "It's not wrong, but it could be a little bit less wrong." Less not wrong.
I mean, we saw with Stuart, especially last week, that there are lots of opinions and ways of doing this. Ah, that looks great. We're gonna pat ourselves on the back. Pat, pat. So now we're going to add another object to the end of the locations array. We're going to follow the same property. So we'll do name, fight. Name is fight. Button text is attack, dodge, and run. And button functions is attack, dodge, go down, and text will be you're fighting a monster. So we want
Yes.
to
Do I
now
Oh,
hold
the
on, Jess.
end of.
Yeah, and you're adding some keywords to an existing object. Do you want to scroll down a little bit, please?
Oh. So I want
So
so
what I'll do
here's
is
where
I'll
my
bring the
cave object starts. So I wanna start a new object, which
don't forget a
is
comma in line 60.
never. I've never in my whole life forgotten a comma.
Oh, you're much
I
better than me. I forget commas all the time.
So this
So
is this a JSON object?
this is a JavaScript object.
JavaScript. It just feels quite a bit like it.
So we could copy, we could write it by hand. It's not going to hurt us. So the name is fight. I've got it here.
Oh, good, because I can't see it.
No, we don't want to be scrolling up and down. Comma. Then the next one is with quote marks button text. And it is an array. So colon array of 3 strings. Fight. Pardon me. Attack. Sorry, not fight. Attack
No,
with a
everything's
capital A.
great. In my heart, it was a capital A. Oh, do you know what? I see somebody saying copy the previous object. You're not wrong.
Yep.
But I didn't get to do this with y'all, so I'm doing it for muscle memory. What's the next one?
Dodge with capital D. And the last one is run.
Oh, that one's got after my own heart. And
So we'll
then
put a comma.
comma here.
And then the next one is for the button functions.
And then I've got the
Colon.
colon. And
Now
then
this is an array again. But instead of having strings, we're going to have function references. So it's all
wait.
lowercase.
We
or camel case,
just defined these, didn't we? These were
rather.
Are these gonna be
Exactly.
attack?
Yep. The next one.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, not even a problem.
So it's not run because
Oh.
we have to go somewhere. So we're actually going to the town. So go town.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
by running, we're just going back to town. So the last one is text. And it's a string that says you are fighting a monster with a full stop at the end.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go copy that. Anytime we
fair.
need like a text match,
Fair enough.
there's
You
oh
pasted inside some quote marks, so you just want
I
to.
absolutely did.
You're good. There we go. Let's check our code.
Okay,
That looks good. Not bad.
I did not expect that. So
It was a lot of writing.
Okay, inside the go fight function, call my update function.
We've done this before. So we're going to call update. Yep. And pass to it as an argument the fourth object in the locations array. So that's locations. And then we need to access it using the square bracket notation.
Oh.
And then we need the index. So remember, it's
wait.
not 4, but 3 because it's the one in the third position.
And then I put curly braces inside my curly braces.
No. You just
No, no.
put a
I'm just
semicolon
calling
at the
it.
end. Yeah, you're just
Oh.
calling it.
Okay.
Can we try it? Does it work? Can you click on Fight Dragon? Does it work? Hey! So attack and dodge don't do anything, but run should take you back to town.
It
Nice.
does. Okay.
Nice. I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Oh,
Oh,
can
yeah.
I see that? We didn't log anything to console.
No.
Below our update, set the monster health to be the health of the current monster. Oh.
Hold on. You want to do it below the update call?
Below below. That makes sense.
Oh, 80. Thank you so much. It is indeed index 3.
Thank you so much, my love. You are far too patient.
So we're going to set that to be equals to.
And that's going to be the.
Now we want the monsters. We want to get the monster that we're fighting. So let's take a moment here to walk through what we've got. We've got the monsters array, and we're accessing the object that's at the index denoted by fighting. And fighting in this case can be either 0, 1, or 2. The slime, the beast, or the dragon. And when we query that object, we can then get its property health.
Wait. Oh, this is right.
This is perfectly right.
Okay, I thought I was going to type this out and then we go like, no, that's wrong.
I mean, we can try it out. Shall we? Console logs monster health.
Oh, and this is actually my favorite feeling in programming, where you're like, I have a 20% idea of why this worked. Okay, so we've got a question I want to look at again. It's like, where's the fighting coming from?
Could you scroll up, please?
Yeah, let's go find it.
This is something that I wanted to try. Because this is where we
wait, I know.
the value. Yeah,
it's
all the
way
way
up at the top. So
there,
we made this variable called fighting.
Yeah.
And then what we're doing when we're running these functions, I'm going to come all the way down again. These functions where we're doing the fighting of the monsters. So when I say function fight slime, then fighting is set to 0.
Yeah.
And then we run go fight.
Yeah.
And here, so I'm going to fight the slime means I'm going to set the fighting to 0. I'm going to associate the number of the monster I'm fighting with 0.
Yeah. And
then I'm going to run this function, and this function updates the location to 3?
2.
4.
There's no.
What?
Oh, the location. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the monster. Ignore me.
Oh, the location is sort of the fight scene.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm picturing a physical location. I need to be picturing like a Pokemon, boop, 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 like battle scene.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what we need to do now is we're going to change some of our HTML, right? What we want is to change the health, the stats of the monster to have its display set to block. But that's CSS. How do we change CSS in JavaScript?
Oh, you asking me or?
Oh, you're asking sorry, no. This is what we're going to be doing. Sorry. So what we're going to be doing is using our element that we have access to in our HTML. In our JavaScript, we can change its style property, right? But not only that style property, that style itself is an object with a property called display.
Yeah.
Tell you what, do me a favor.
No.
Do me a console log, please. Oh, sorry. Console log and put in monster stats dot style. And let's go to the
No.
console and take a look. Now, of course, we'll have to click on Go Fight first. Fight Dragon. Now you see it's empty. That's because the element monster stats does not have any styles applied to it. We haven't written any CSS for monster stats. If we go to our styles.css, we haven't written anything for monster stats.
Yeah. So
what
I
we're
look very suspicious, but I look very suspicious anytime I have to touch JavaScript.
so
I
what
don't
we're
think
going
we
to
need to set a const because we already have a const.
yeah, we already have the monster stats element. What we're going to do is change its monster stats. Its style. We're going to write its CSS in JavaScript. So monster stats dot style dot display.
Oh, so really it's this bit right here we're really excited about.
Exactly.
Equals.
And then we'll usually in CSS we'd write that without a string, but this is JavaScript. We need a string.
To
So we're
like
just going to put
pass
in
it into the CSS.
correct. Let's console log monster stats style after it now. But I think I was wrong. Go back to the styles.css, please. I was very wrong. Could you scroll down for me, down and look for monster stats? Look, on line 28, we have it set to display none.
Yeah.
So when we press the run button, the fight dragon button, we dynamically change that display to be block, which means we can now see it.
Yeah. So this display none was effectively hiding it
Yes.
until wait, where are we? Who am I? Who are we?
You can hide the
Oh,
CSS if you want.
So that display none in the CSS was effectively hiding our monster stats from us.
Correct.
And we haven't got any text in here yet, so that's why it looks until we ran this go fight.
Yeah.
No, shush up. That worked?
Yep. Yeah, pat even.
A little,
So,
yeah.
Cesium caught me on a mistake. So why then did logging the style give an empty object if it had styles declare? I don't know. I don't know. I was expecting it would. I'll tell you what. Let's save that for the Q&A.
Yeah. So, hey, why didn't that work? I'd be like, computers.
Computers is very likely the case.
So
what we're going to do now is our monster name. Oh, sorry.
No. Why would you be sorry?
Honest answer. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, Sean, you make a good point. Is it not because it was set to display 9? Very likely. We'll take a look. So
that's
hold on a
reverse, isn't
second.
it?
Yeah, it's the other way around. So you want to set the monster name inner text to be the name of that monster we're fighting.
Oh. It's not even reversed in the way that okay.
Yep. You want to get rid of that second equal sign?
No.
Perfect.
So and now that we've just done this, I feel a little bit more confident saying, okay, we want monster health dot inner text. Okay.
Hold on. You want monster health text, not monster health.
Oh, heck. I don't love how these are named.
We had a conversation about this with Stuart as well. Learner, you were not rude. No idea. Like, at no point were you rude.
Where are we? Monster health.
Monster health. What the latter one is a number, and the former one is the element. There's one more thing you're missing, Jess, which is the first T in inner text. Oh, learner, count me out. T capital. It needs to be a camel case. So there you go.
It's a 20% chance this is right.
but let's try it out as well. So click on Fight
Yeah.
Dragon. Now we can
Ooh.
see the name is Dragon and the health is 300. But there's one more thing I want to test, Jess, before we go to
Yeah.
the next one. Don makes a good point. Is it that we couldn't see anything in that style object because the display was set to none? So JavaScript was so the browser was kind of ignoring it. Could you do me a favor? Introduce a new line between 157 and 158 and console log monster stats.style. Because that's a really good point. No idea if it's correct. Now we need to click on Fight Dragon.
Oh.
Well, that's also not what I... Wait. Yep, no, not what I expected at all. It is an object.
So
you know what? That looks like an array.
right? I think there might be there also might be a little bit of a challenge because this is a console log that's been built for a tutorial environment. And
Yeah,
sometimes it's
maybe.
just a little bit, but it should just be a
I'm going to be honest with y'all. Changing styles like this is not something you usually do with JavaScript. Usually you're working with classes instead. So, and I'm going to be a little bit mean if I may. I wouldn't worry about this style object too much.
we don't know why. We don't know why we don't know why. And it's fine.
Oh, we're going to use concatenation for this. Cool. So we're going to change the text.inner text to B. And we did some string concatenation last Friday. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
That's with
yeah. Did we with the da 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 plus da da da?
Perfect. So we need the.
Oh, I got you. Way ahead. Wait. Not only the, but we need
Hold
that
on,
space.
you've got a double quote mark
Oh,
at the
I
beginning.
absolutely bet I did. Like that sounds
You're
exactly
fine.
like something I would do.
You put a space, yeah, plus, and then monster. Is it monster name? Yes, it is.
It'd be a
No.
jerk thing to do to tell me.
No, it's not. Because monster name is the element that holds the monster's name. So what
Is
we
it
want
monsters fighting
is
dot
name.
name?
Yeah. Exactly that.
Monsters fighting dot name plus, and then I want a space and then a tag.
Eric's got it. Monsters fighting name.
Oh, well, Eric, where were you? Wait, the delay. It was the delay preventing you from saving me from myself.
Don't forget a space.
This is there was a space in my heart.
Now, does that work? Can we go to Fight Dragon real quick?
Okay, not only does it work, we've got our little green stripe, but we come to our Fight Our Dragon. You
are fighting a monster, but now click on attack. We need to attack.
Oh!
The dragon attacks. Cool.
Fabulous, stunning, perfect. We are shining and immortal. We did this with Stuart. So I know that the plus equal will just like add stuff onto it.
Yeah.
And it won't like make us like plus. It won't like replace it every time we reload it. So on a new line.
Learner, I'm going to need you to stop apologizing, please. Trying to be helpful is just the most wonderful thing. Sorry, Jess, I interrupted you.
So I don't need, so it says on a new line, but I think I delete this semicolon.
On a new, no, you can leave the semicolon. So you want,
weird.
Yeah, so we can put text.inner text plus equals.
Okay.
Plus equals. And now we'll put in you attack it with your weapon. Now remember there is a space. Yeah.
I got you.
You're good.
I know things. I don't know things.
You know things.
And then that is concatenated. So we add. It's weapon dot.
It's the array of weapons.
Ooh.
You're totally right, learner. We're going to go with the instructions here. So weapon actually, I'm not sure what the name of the variable is. Do we want to scroll up and find it?
Yeah, it's going to be like uppy.
Yeah.
Oh, current weapon.
Current weapon is the index, though, so we need to access it from the array. So it's kind of like how we
It's
have monsters fighting.
weapon, square
Yeah.
brackets, current weapon.
Yeah, and what's the name of the weapons array? Could you scroll down, please?
I think it's weapons.
Weapons. There you go.
So, to be fair, I did say weapon. So,
And then we've
and
got
that would have
current
made
weapon.
me mad all week. And then I want my. And y'all, you fuss at us if we're going a little bit fast. I'm just so hyped to be like moving along. Oh no, look
So
at
what-
this. Y'all are just out here saving us from ourselves with the delay.
Hold on, Jess. We're not quite done. We need the name of that weapon. And most importantly, and this is going to make me mad all week if I forget it. You need the
Oh.
dot, Jess.
Oh, heck. I'm so sorry. And then we need a full stop on the end.
Yeah, we do. There. Full stop. Let's try it. So we go fight the
Everything
dragon.
is fine.
And we
Fighting a
attack.
monster. Attack.
There
Look
we
at
go.
this. Look at this. So I'm so sorry. We are indeed going a little fast on this. And that's just because we want to make sure that we don't give you tons and tons of homework. We'd rather be a little bit and then untangle it in the Discord as needed. Because some of this is so hard. I'd rather show you with less. What's this? Even though in my heart I'm like, yeah. Next set. Okay, hang on. Let's talk through this. Health
Cool.
is going to be equal to the health minus the monster's level. My health.
So what's that? Right. So we want to get the level from the monster.
Yeah. This is my health we're setting it to? Yeah, because monster health is a different variable.
Correct.
And that's health
Mhm.
minus monsters fighting. And remember, what we're doing here is we're saying the monsters array, go get the one that has been designated in our function as the one in the array we're fighting.
Yeah.
So I think what's going to happen here is that, I think what's going to happen here is I'm going to get a green stripe. Come on, really?
Oh, they want us
Oh.
to use the compound assignment. So instead of health equals health minus, we want health minus equals.
Yeah.
And remove the stuff after up until monsters. Yeah.
Oh.
You want to remove all of that and the health.
Oh, yes. Health
Perfect.
minus equals. Oh, so this is just like the plus equals. Oh, so this is much. Okay.
There we go. That's a pat.
Much more pat's what proper people do. Okay, this feels weird, but it's just going to keep feeling weird until it doesn't. Set the monster health. Okay, no. This is cool. I get what's going on here. So every time I attack,
Yep.
my health is going to go down by the
Yep.
monster's level, and the monster's health is going to go down by my weapon's level. Okay.
Correct.
Monster health minus plus.
Minus equals.
Minus plus is definitely not a thing. Weapons. Current weapon dot power. Oh, heck.
So Scar, while you're writing that, check out what Scar found out. The reason the style didn't show up in the log was because no inline style had been set until after the JavaScript line setting it was written. What this means is that when we write CSS into our styles.css, that's called whatever the opposite of inline is.
Proper. Done right.
So when
Outline.
you write, there you go. So
no, that's not
inline-
true. That just sounds right.
Oh, okay. But when you write HTML, you can have an attribute called style where you write the CSS as a string. That's what inline is. Anyway, that was what are we doing here?
Oh, so now we're
No.
gonna do
Yes,
something
you're perfect.
wild. No, because every now and again I'll say something jokingly like outline. You'd be like, that makes sense. I'll be like, oh, it did in my head too, and that's not right.
So
So
we have an object in JavaScript that's built in called math, which lets us do a whole bunch of stuff, including random. So can we try console logging math.random somewhere
yeah.
just to play around with it?
So I think of things like math that are built in
Yeah.
as
One more thing,
s-
Jess.
yeah.
The M needs to be capitalized. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
You know what? On one hand, I disagree with this on like an ecumenical level. Like I disagree that this should be capitalized, but also we've gone for the American spelling of math. So as long as it's chaotic on multiple different levels, I'm down.
So
Oh wait, no,
it
wait, what
shouldn't
do I?
pass. We haven't done the exercise yet. What we want to do is go to the attack. Can you go fight the dragon and then click on attack? Could you scroll down, please? So what we see there is function random. So we referred to the function, but we didn't call it. Can you add the brackets, please?
Oh yeah, because I need these smooth braces in order
Exactly. Now we can go to fight the
because it's a
dragon, click on
function.
attack. Yeah. So check it out. That's 0.2 and a lot of other decimals. Click attack again.
No, no, I need to sit here with this for a second. What do you mean? Like, I know exactly what this is doing.
So it's giving us a random number between 0 and 1.
This is wild, wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's useful, I got a bunch of people saying this math.random thing seems weird. So math is sort
Yeah.
of built in as like a secret bonus program into
Yeah.
JavaScript. JavaScript knows about a bunch of built-in math stuff
Yep.
because the people designing and the people maintaining the language were like, yo, we do a lot of math in this. Let's build this whole sort of math object that does simple mathematics for us. Okay.
You're good.
Oh,
Sorry.
both of us were just like, "No, no, no, please." So math is like our built-in secret program,
Yeah.
and then random is the function that
Mhm.
unless we know so it's like a secret club to be like, "Did you know there's a secret Easter egg built into JavaScript?" Not very
Yeah.
secret, where we've got a whole bunch of math stuff. You're like, "No, really? What can you do with it?" And then you could have all of these functions associated with math that are just built in. Mr.
And here's the thing.
Grubworm. Oh, sorry, please, please, please.
You're good. You're good. Carry on. Carry on.
Mr. Grubworm is saying, "Hey, I've seen math.floor before, which rounds a number that you're looking at, which takes a float, and a float's these weird ones we got where there's like a dot
Decimals.
decimals." And Mr. Grubworm's saying, "Hey, I know that math.floor, so give me the secret math programs,
Yeah.
and the floor function takes a decimal and turns it into a round number. Thank you so much."
Yeah. So this will take math, and this isn't the first time we've seen something that's built in like this. We've actually experienced at least two of them. One is console. Console has log. The other one we've seen is document. Document has query selector.
Okay,
These
so
are
there's built-in objects that have a whole system of pre-built functions that live with this sounds a lot like CSS properties,
yeah.
or
This
CSS properties, like once you know them, there's a list of different things you can do with them.
Yeah. So this is how we generate random numbers in JavaScript. The problem is getting a random number between 0 and 1 is not super helpful because what we want is a random number in a range. We usually going to want to get a random number between like a far bigger range of numbers. So what we can do, for example, is multiply that math.random by a certain amount to give it a bigger range. So for
Wait, wait,
example,
wait, 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 wait. Yeah, yeah, so I can sorry, I'm getting ahead of
you're good.
myself.
You're good. You're good. So now, for example, we're trying to get a random number between 1 and 5, and sorry, 0 and 5. So now we've increased the range, but of course we want a whole that'll give us between 0 and 10. We want to fight the dragon and then attack. If you scroll down, we can see the number. So now it's giving us a random number between 0 and 10.
Okay,
We're
cool.
effectively increasing the range of our random number. But of course, this is still giving us decimal numbers or floating
I got it. No, no,
numbers.
no, no, I'm gonna interrupt you. Mr. Grubworm told us how to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the console log away for a minute. Because monster health plus minus, and here the current weapon
We want to
power.
add a random number between 1 and how much EXP we have,
Yep, yep,
experience
yep.
points we have.
So here, current weapon power plus,
Mhm.
and here the range is gonna be math dot
Mhm.
floor, and this is what Mr. Grubworm was saying. I love how formal it is. We're like, "Oh, no, please, Mr. Grubworm is my father." Math dot floor, and then math dot floor is a function. So inside that function, we
Yep.
put we could
Math.random.
put math dot random. Okay.
Mirdev is super right. Mirdev is saying, "Hey, but math.random never reaches 10, right? It's up until 10, not including 10, or did I understand wrong?" And you're kind of right, but remember it's between 0 and 1. So there is a chance it'll reach 10. So,
And then this is gonna be the weapon.
XP, the XP.
Is it just XP? It's not EXP?
It's XP. That's a variable to denote how much experience points we have.
Well, sometimes people say EXP. I'm just
Oh, no, I say EXP as well.
right?
But
I
there's
think this
one
is
more
wrong.
thing.
This feels very wrong.
There's one more thing we have to do. You're right, but there's one more thing we have to do. So the problem is the value is going from 0 to XP,
Ah,
but we want it to go from 1 to XP. So what we want is outside of math.floor to add 1. No, we're calling that function math.floor, but after the closing bracket, we want to add 1. So that way it'll start at 1
start
and
at
then
1.
go up to a random number.
Because math.floor, when it rounds, by default, it rounds down.
Rounds down. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Which Mirdev was saying here.
Oh, dang.
Uh,
Hey. Yes.
math, you're absolutely right, Mirdev. I'm sorry. It does go up until it's a bit weird, but like this, we're guaranteeing to get at most XP.
Yeah.
So now we're getting a random number between 1 and how much experience points we have.
If I push check my code, I'm gonna get a.
We'll get our green stripe.
All
That's a
right.
pat right
That's
there.
a little. So it's a very impressed pat.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that.
Oh, cesium. Floor refers to that we pull it down to the floor. Like,
Perfect.
oh, is there a ceiling?
Yeah, it's CEIL. It's
Is it
not
because
great.
remembering how to spell ceiling is kind of hard?
Yeah. I
You
before
could just
E,
say
but never
roof.
before C.
Roof. Roof was right there.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hang on.
So,
So,
we're
um,
gonna update our inner texts.
so health text dot inner text is going to be now be equal to wait,
Health.
no. Okay, and then do you know what? Do you know what? Do you know what?
What? Yeah, that works.
Look.
So monster
Big H.
health. Yep. And the same thing here.
Obviously, if you're a learner, like try typing it out. But I will, yes, make more typos and eat up all y'all's day. So I got it. So we're adding an if statement inside our function. We're staying here inside our wiggly babies. very technical term. So if, and then our conditions go inside our smooth babies. If health
Mhm.
is
Less than, that's the,
less than or equal to.
I don't know what that 0 S is. I think we should
Oh,
remove that.
that's a typo.
Oh,
If health is
you're good.
less than or equal to 0,
Perfect. Then we'll put in our curly
um,
brackets, and here we'll call the lose function.
lose. Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't like, I
Does
don't
it
think
do anything?
it does. Oh,
Could you scroll further down, please?
further down, further down.
I don't think it exists.
I don't think that it doesn't. It's not real yet.
I wonder what'll happen.
What if we check our
Pat,
code?
pat.
Pat pat. I love how I want to scream in victory, and you're like pat pat. I'm like pat pat.
So this is new.
This is what I was talking about. So we already learned if, and then we learned else. But if you want to have like a third thing to be like, okay, if I did all my homework, I get to play video games.
Yeah.
And then the else could be like, lol, you didn't do your homework, no video games. But like, else if I did most of my homework, I get to play an hour of video games. So you
Mhm.
could have multiple levels of conditions.
Let's try it out. So we want to check with an else if. After checking if our health is 0, we want to check if the monster health is less than or equals to 0.
Is it else
It's
if?
space. Yeah.
And like
Monster
I
health.
personally believe that else if goes on a separate line, but we found that the
Totally
automatic
fine.
formatter disagrees.
Don't forget the condition with the smooth brackets
Oh,
after the
heck,
if.
that's I am typing you in the wrong place.
Everything's chill. So monster health is
Is
smaller than or equals to
0. And then I
perfect.
bet that I'm going to call a win condition.
I think that the function is called monster defeated.
Ah,
But again, we
that's a
haven't
lot
defined
less
it yet.
emotionally satisfying. Oh, I guess if there was a win one, it would be like you won the whole thing.
Yeah, probably like by defeating all the monsters or something. So
Oh.
one more. Yeah, I was just going to say, thank you. That's a 0. Perfect. Kai, there you go. That's
Oh.
an O. Mehmet's like, oh,
Like,
hold on.
y'all are so patient.
Oh,
That's not even a
defeat monster.
normal
My mistake.
person typo. That's just a chaotic typo.
Cesium.
Kids today. We've got our green stripe. We can either
Amazing. Pat, pat.
scream in quiet victory or a cheerful pat pat. Okay,
I'm
at the
feeling
end of
good.
our look at this. This said, look, baby, sweetie, honey, my love. You've already used this defeat monster and lose functions. Let's just make them.
Yeah.
We know we've got that muscle memory in our hearts that it's function smooth babby, curly babby,
Correct.
defeat monster. I'm going
And
to do
then,
it twice. I'm actually going to type it out just to,
yeah.
because like
Lose.
muscle memory isn't just for the learners.
Perfect.
I will joyously confess I'm green stripe, pat, pat, pop on. I'm not great at JavaScript myself, so this is really helping me. And I really appreciate y'all coming along with me.
This is
Inside
great.
dodge, set text dot inner
Inner text.
text is going to
I'm
be
going to do a
equal
little bit of
to.
string stuff.
Wait, what's not going to be equal to? We're going to wait, plus equal. Equal plus doesn't do anything.
No, we're going to reset the text. So we're not doing plus equals.
Yeah, I know things.
No, you're
Yeah.
good. Like that was a good assumption.
I was just going to keep guessing. Like, and the fun thing about tests, if I was wrong, when I'm wrong, it'll just be like, hey, you're wrong. Do you want to try it again?
So now we want the name of that monster. Do we remember how to do that? Monsters. And then we want to get it at
monsters
the
not
array.
fighting.
Yep. And then
Dot
we
name.
want to get the name property. Perfect.
I got you.
We can try it out. Do you want to put in the semicolon and go press the button?
I consistently want to press the semicolon and go get the button.
Amazing. So if you go on dodge, you
Yeah.
dodge the attack from the dragon.
I
No
love
harm, no
how,
foul.
like, Dodge gives us, like, a 100% success rate. I bet we're probably gonna mess with that.
I
Replace
bet there's gonna
monster.
be a little bit of randomness involved.
It doesn't want me to put a full stop on the end of that, and I find that immensely distressing.
It's a pat, but I agree.
Right? Right?
It needs to be consistent.
If defeat mo oh, yeah, this is the whole reason we fight monsters. So,
Oh,
if you win, if you win against the monster, not the whole game, you get some gold.
that's so cool.
Monsters level plus. This is something I would definitely mess with.
Mhm.
Um,
So, we wanna set num. Oh, sorry, not num. I'm so sorry. We want gold. I'm my
yeah,
mistake. Gold is
I
going to
think
be plus
plus
equals.
yeah. Oh, yeah, because we don't wanna, like, set our gold and wipe out our gold.
Yeah. And then we're going to monsters fighting level
And then it's gonna be
plus.
times
Oh, times. You're right.
is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Times
6.7.
no. Oh,
One more thing we need to do. No, you're good. That was great. The one more thing we need to do is to surround all of monsters fighting level times 6.7 in small
okay. That's
brackets.
where our math.floor goes.
Yeah. Math.floor. Because we want to take that multiplication, the result of that, and just bring it down to the floor. Like bring it down to
Okay.
the nearest integer.
So, I find the built-in math functions to be really confusing, but this made more sense to me to say, "Hey, we're effectively running this math.floor function." We're saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
round this down," and then we're putting what we wanna run. We're putting the parameters for that to function in here.
Shall we try it out? Fight a
I don't think
dragon?
it's gonna work.
I bet we can kill a dragon with a stick.
I don't because
Maybe
like, we
not.
have no, Bab, like,
There's no way, huh?
we're
Oh no, we're already at
oh,
negative health.
right? That means we haven't fixed lose yet,
Yeah.
but we've got our little green stripe, a little pat, pat, and we forge on through the darkness. Oh, and we get some XP off this.
Oh, nice.
XP and the same thing where we gotta, like, be real careful to plus equal.
Perfect.
Mons no, 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 no. I'm not
Mm.
typing all of that again. Absolutely not.
You know what I would do here, Jess? Just for the sake of interest, given that we have a little bit of time before we have to go, I would actually make a variable.
Right?
Yeah. For the monster, I would call it like monster level or something, so that I don't have to be writing monsters fighting level constantly in this function.
I'm me. Oh, wait, we do have a little bit of time. So, first off, we've only got a little bit of time. So, folks, go ahead if you've got any questions, go ahead and start
Yeah,
getting it
start
in,
dropping them.
and we'll start addressing those. We talked with Stuart a little bit about human readability of both
Yeah.
variables and code. I'm very lazy. I probably wouldn't be typing monster this whole time. I'd be probably saying monst, like monst health.
Mhm.
But yeah, like we've typed this. I bet this is an opportunity to go back and refactor.
Excuse me.
No,
Sorry.
no. Do you have like a very, very small dog who's very,
I
very unhappy that you're at your computer?
Someone has the audacity to be at the door.
At this night, at this time of night, absolutely. I'm on your dog's team here. Oh, how far were we looking? Do we want to go ahead and start
I would
abandoning people?
Yeah, let's start doing a little bit of I tell you what, Jess, let's do one more.
Because this is great because this is easy. Oh, Lisa's on my side. Lisa's just like, ha ha ha. I would call Monster Health MHP.
Yeah.
And like, right? Nobody monster, monster, monster. I know what it is.
So that is so we'll set the inner text of these two variables. Equals gold. Perfect. XP test. dot inner text equals 2. Bring in those questions, folks. We're gonna
Do
wrap
you
up
know
after this
what?
one.
If
What's
we
that?
do this again next year, you're
Yeah,
typing.
fair enough. But I have one more thing I want to do, Jess, because I
Yeah.
feel pretty good about having done this, but I want to test it. So tell you what, can we cheat in the game?
Almost definitely. Yeah. What do you want?
Can you scroll all the way up to where my weapons are? A little bit lower.
A little bit lower.
Now, can we make the power of the stick?
I got
There
you.
you go.
I got you.
Thank you. Read my mind. Let's go fight the dragon and kill it in one hit. Cool.
Oh, so we're probably gonna want to fix that.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it. But look, we've got our 20 EXP. We've got some gold. We lost a little bit of health.
We got
But we got
it's
our
just the one.
yeah. It's a big stick. Look, it's more of a caber toss than it is like whacking with a stick. It's fine.
All right.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I got excited.
No, no.
Sock Monkey J says, readability is helpful for another dev that may be working on your code. Helps them figure out what it is that if you do not put comments in your code. Love it.
So, and other people as well are talking about like, so we had another point that's right on top of that where I was like, oh yeah, I'll just do it. And Mira was like, oh yeah, but what about you in 6 months? Because you in 6 months is
Yeah,
effectively a completely different developer. So between the two of you, y'all are absolutely right. Like,
absolutely.
yeah, no, you can't make me write good variables. Like a lot of people have tried. I will continue making the same bad mistakes, but do you know what you can do to prove me I'm wrong?
What's
Is
that?
y'all can go forward into writing code and do a better job at it than me.
Cool. Let's do a little bit Q&A before we let you. Well, shall we look at homework first before we do Q&A?
Look at homework. You know,
Yeah.
the Stuart gave us like 10 steps less homework than you wanted us to. Look at that. I haven't done my homework. Shameful, horrible,
It's fine.
completely fine.
So tomorrow we're going to start at step 100
150.
and no, a little bit less. 135.
Ah,
So relatively chill,
that's extremely chill.
which means that by the end of tomorrow, you will have a little bit of homework before, and tomorrow's our last session with the RPG.
Yeah.
So after that, we'll start with a new set of lessons, but we will give you some homework, but not too much. We're not going to abandon y'all.
Oh,
Uh,
we should let people do like the last couple of like it all works steps on their own because like that's the
yeah,
magic feeling, right?
we
The
don't want to rob y'all of that.
I mean, I do, but I also wanted to make them do like half the thing as homework tonight. Do you know what? Statistically, you'll be late or you'll be sick one day, and then I'll be in charge. So,
Wait, what does
um,
that mean?
oh, I mean that means I get to set as much homework as I want.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah.
like, absolutely. That's what it's all about. So, yeah, homework for tomorrow will start at step 135. Please do the up until 134 in the meantime. And Cesium. We can always help each other with the homework on Discord. Speaking of Cesium will be holding an optional catch-up stream on HTML and CSS. You can
Look
get
at
more
that.
info on the Discord or in the Google Calendar entry. I've put it there. It's 1 hour from now, 1 hour and 5 minutes from now.
And I was so thankful of this because this is going to be a really, really useful way to be like, oh, hey, we're talking about CSS, we're talking about HTML. If you didn't join us, or if you forgot, or if you want a refresher, here's how these work.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's fine. Oh gosh, we've got learners saying that they're getting the flow of JavaScript. You know what? If
Oh,
you
I'm
got
glad.
it, A, don't let it go. And B, please pass it to me because even when these work, I'll be like, that works? Okay. Oh.
So let's do some Q&A now. Don't forget, just bring in some questions, folks. We got a couple minutes. So I want to bring in this question from Kristen, who's asking, back to the fighting variable. Since the go fight, shall we go to step 128 while we're at it?
Yes.
So the go fight is called in fight slime. Go fight is in the fight slime scope, and that's why fighting equals whatever it was set to in fight slime. Yeah. So when we call, can you bring up fight slime, please?
Yes.
So when we call fight slime, which you remember is pressing that button, what we're doing is in line 140, taking the fighting variable, which we can access from everywhere here, that has a global scope,
And that's
and
because
we
it's
set its value to
way
be
up
0.
here.
Correct. So in line 5,
So
we said, hey, there's this variable. Right? So there you'll be able to set it, and then in any other function, you can reference it. You can see what value is in that box.
okay. Oh, I get it, I get it, I get it. Just to talk this back to you.
Yeah.
So, what's happening when we run this function fight slime is that global variable fighting
Yeah.
gets set to 0, which is the
Yeah.
index the monster index the slime lives in. And then once it's set, until something else sets it, it's like globally, everybody knows that when I'm talking about fighting, I mean this slime. I'm talking about this value at 0.
Correct.
I mean, pat pat.
Pat, pat. So,
Okay, so
sorry.
because we're resetting the value, because we're setting the value of a global variable, the results of setting the value of that global variable are themselves the global variable.
Yeah.
When I change a global variable, it's globally accessible. Krista, that's such a good question.
We have a question from Kelvin. If I said const number equals 1 or string 1, console log number says 1. How can we get the console to tell us if it's a number or a string? I can
Oh,
think of 2 ways. Oh,
oh
sorry.
yeah, no, you go.
You're good. Do you want me to present a little bit and mess around with the console?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I was just gonna like try not to swear.
You're totally fine. So let me bring this up here. I'm going to remove your question for a second, Calvin. So let's ignore all of the code here. Let's just have const, if I could spell, console log 1, number. So there it is. So we are console logging the number, which is 1. Cool. You're saying if we make this a string, it also prints out 1, which is valid.
I mean,
So you want to,
valid but cursed.
you're right. But you're saying, hey, but how do I check if it's what type it is? Remember, we had some types. We had some primitive types like numbers, strings, arrays, but we also had objects. There's 2 ways to do this that I can think of how to check. The first is using the keyword type of. So if you do type of, which is a bit of a weird thing, a
Hmm.
type of number string, but remember this variable number, we don't care about what the name is. We care about what this is. This is a string, and here it says string. If I change this to be a number, it's going to say number.
Number.
If I make this an array, what do we think?
Does it say array?
No, an array is an object.
No, no, no.
I
That's
know, and I'm
enough.
sorry.
Unacceptable. Horrible.
But, what if we wanted to do comparisons? This is previewing a little bit. That's something that comes later.
And I want to be clear that I'm not complaining about the question. I'm not complaining about
No.
your explanation.
Yeah.
Oh, Cesium, if you're okay with me posting the link, I'll go ahead and post the link. Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Please. I
please.
wasn't complaining
Do you
about your explanation. I wasn't complaining about the question. I was just being a little bit outraged at JavaScript, sort of very generally.
Yeah. No, thank you. That's great. So I hope that answers your question, Kelvin. I'll go to the next one. Eric's got a question here. When you're writing hundreds and hundreds of lines of code in one file, do you then make the variable names super short for convenience, or do you still stick to more readable names? Oh, hold on. Your question got cut off. But then you need to, give me a sec, type more.
Cool. What I do and what you
Please.
should do are 2 different things. So
Yeah.
you should definitely go ahead and just have a longer variable name to keep them human readable, especially because most programs you code into will auto-complete them for you. I love mess. So I'll often be like monst HP, big monst HP, because I like to be unhappy. And Eric, you seem very reasonable. You should go ahead and type like It is best practice for happy people to type the longer human readable variable names.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I pasted in the Discord invite when I meant to
I
paste
got it.
in Cesium stream. Let me try that. I got it. I got it. I'm so sorry. There it is. Sorry, folks.
Everything's fine. But you definitely agree that people should do as I say and not as I do.
Yeah.
Very generally.
I'm the same, by the way. I try, but sometimes I have the tendency to go a little bit too long on my variable names. So it is important
It
to
was the
like
best
find.
of times. It was the worst of times. But yeah, it will make you happier to have longer human readable variables, especially when your code gets super long. Um,
Absolutely.
but this sounds mean. You're not going to learn that from us saying it. You're going to learn it from the first time you're working on somebody else's code and they've used like a bazillion teeny tiny short variable names. Like the only way you learn this is through pain. And like somebody else has to do it to you. If you've done it to yourself, it doesn't hurt as bad.
Oh, I want to bring up this question from Diogo who's saying, "Hey, I had some difficulty with understanding what was happening in some of the code. For example, monster health equals monster fighting health in these parts where we need to update." And you know what, Diogo, when I'm having trouble understanding stuff, you know what I do? You know what I do? I console log. So, let's go step by step. Monsters. Check it out. Monsters is an array, right? Cool. So, monsters fighting. What is it giving us? Undefined. That's not what we saw before. Why is monsters fighting undefined? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to console log some more. Fighting, comma, monsters. So fighting is currently undefined. That makes sense because
It's only like fighting only gets set when you call fight slime or fight. So it only sets which out of the monsters array is set to fighting when you use one of the fight monster attacks. Hey, Kristen got this because you asked this question earlier, but like, because it's a global variable that hasn't been set yet. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But if I wanted to look at a specific monster, say the slime, I'll just put in the index. And you see that gives us an object. We remember because it has a property name, level, and health. So if we want to access one of these values, we can use dot notation, dot health. That's 15. If we wanted
Okay.
to get
Oh,
the
wait,
health of,
stop. Too fast, too fast, too fast.
sorry.
So here we're saying the monsters array, show me what's in the zero. Show me what's in the zero value. And actually, we've got a question. If it's okay to like stop at a question on the way.
Mhm.
Chris is like, "Hey, why are we counting 0, 1, 2?" JavaScript just does this. I agree that it's wrong. Uh, but hopefully you're based in Europe because that'll make this way easier. Almost every place but some places in North America start a lift or an elevator at ground zero, like uh, 0 floor, first floor, second floor, third floor. And that's just how JavaScript counts. If you're based in one of the places where the ground floor is floor one, you will be just as outraged as I am, and you'll just have to get used to it. Sorry. So
I'm gonna post a Wikipedia link here about zero-based numbering that quotes Martin Richards, creator of the BCPL language, a precursor of C, which is a very old language, designed arrays starting at 0 as the natural position to start accessing the array contents.
So we gotta find this Martin guy.
I mean, I don't want to point fingers. I'm just saying this is where it came from.
Okay, so and to make it worse, not every programming language does start at 0. So just as you get used to it, somebody will come along and be like, "We start counting from 1." So,
I will say
um,
most do.
most
Python
do.
does it. Ruby
Python
does
doesn't.
it. C# does it, I'm pretty sure. What other programming languages are there? There's a bunch, and most of them
Yeah, but
start
like
from
there's at least 9 programming languages.
Java.
We're just naming programming languages. This is not. Um, cool. So it sounds like to better understand this, because it's really, really hard to like, hey, where do we not understand? The best way to understand this might be to go ahead and just console log different aspects
Yeah,
and sort of feel around where this is going.
I agree.
Amazing.
Is
So
that all our
you
questions? Yeah,
it
sorry.
is. I was going to say the other homework we've got for folks, which is immensely important because it's Monday. Oof, Monday is to be super, super soft and gentle with yourselves. If you don't get to 135 by tomorrow, it is not the end of the world. This
Absolutely
is
fine.
so much. I'm not going to finish all my homework by tomorrow. And I'm just going to have to be on here, be like, look, I'm going to finish when I finish. The big thing
Perfect.
is this is really hard and this is really weird to be as soft as you can on yourself as you learn.
Absolutely. I think,
Uh, see many of you in a little less than an hour.
yeah, go hang out with Cesium. The links in the chat. Thank you all for joining.
All right. Thanks, my loves. Bye.